Join me as I dive deep into the life of Magic Johnson to uncover his biggest secret. Regret, can I figure it out? Magic Johnson, the name itself brings back memories of incredible basketball feats, infectious smiles, and a larger-than-life personality that dominated the NBA scene. But beneath the surface of his success lies a complex individual grappling with personal demons and tough decisions. You won't believe how the story really started. Magic Johnson's life was never just about basketball fame, even though the world later saw him as a smiling superstar. Long before bright lights and sold-out arenas, he was a quiet kid from Lansing, Michigan, growing up in a house where money was always short and pride was the only thing his parents could truly protect. Let me tell you, his morning started earlier than most kids his age. While others slept, he rode with his father on garbage routes, watching people turn their faces away, feeling the weight of shame without fully understanding why it hurts so much. At school, classmates laughed and called him trash boy, and those words stayed in his head longer than anyone ever knew. That pain did not disappear. It followed him home, it followed him to the court, and it followed him into his dreams. But this is how his character slowly changed. Instead of breaking, he became tougher. On cold concrete courts with numb fingers and empty stomachs, he practiced again and again. Basketball became the only place where he felt seen, where his height, his smile, and his vision finally meant something. What makes this story different? Even at a young age, he played for others, not just himself. He passed the ball, lifted teammates, and turned rejection into confidence. By his teenage years, people no longer laughed, they watched. The nickname Magic followed him, not because life felt magical, but because he made hard things look easy. As his talent grew, so did the attention. By the time he reached the NBA, success came fast. Championships, trophies, and praise arrived one after another, and the world believed they knew him. But here is the shocking part. Fame quietly isolated him. The pressure to be perfect never transformation. Every setback became a stepping stone, every doubt became motivation. And while fame still followed him, it no longer controlled him. What makes this story different? He mastered the art of turning adversity into influence, showing that real strength came from choosing life every day, not just winning trophies. By now, Magic had proven something few could imagine. He survived when doctors expected him not to, thrived when the world doubted him, and became a force that could not be ignored. This is how he prepared for the final chapters of his story. Not with fear, but with vision, courage, and relentless determination. And even as whispers of controversy continued, he stood tall, unshaken, and ready for whatever came next. By the time Magic reached his 60s, the story had fully unfolded, but the world still underestimated him. You won't believe how much he had grown beyond the man they once thought they knew. Let me tell you, it was no longer just about basketball, fame, or fortune. This is where it gets interesting. Survival had become his greatest achievement. The boy from Lansing, once called Trash Boy, had transformed into a symbol of hope, resilience, and power. Championships made him famous, business made him influential, but survival made him unforgettable. What makes this story different? He showed the world that the real victory is choosing life every single day, even when giving up seems easier. Even now, he spoke openly about the challenges he faced, not to seek sympathy, but to inspire others. He revealed the truth of his journey with honesty, letting people see the struggles behind the smiles, the pain behind the fame. But here is the shocking part. His openness didn't weaken him. It strengthened his legacy. He changed the conversation around illness, fear, and success, proving that honesty and courage could leave a mark far bigger than any trophy ever could. Destiny took an unexpected turn again, turning what many saw as tragedy into triumph. He became a role model not just for athletes, but for anyone facing life's toughest battles. The craziest part of his story was that even after decades of headlines, rumors, and judgment, he never let any of it define him. He built businesses, invested in communities, mentored the next generation, and quietly reshaped what it meant to be a hero. This is how he lived fully, bravely, and relentlessly. People watched him thrive against the odds, and slowly admiration replaced doubt. What makes the story different is that it is not about the heights of success alone. It is about the courage to face your deepest fears and keep moving forward every single day. In the end, Magic Johnson's life taught a lesson far beyond basketball. True strength was not measured in points or profits, but in survival, resilience, and the choice to keep going when the world expected him to fall. Let me tell you, his story reminded everyone that no matter how harsh life gets, destiny can still be rewritten. And that is why even today his name is not just remembered for championships or fame, but for an unforgettable journey of courage, hope, and the power of never giving up. His career was marked by incredible highs, like winning multiple championships and MVP awards, but it wasn't without its lows. Magic faced immense pressure, not just from the game itself but from the weight of expectations placed on him as a leader. The stress of being in the spotlight, combined with the physical toll of the game, took its share of personal and professional tolls. Magic Johnson's life wasn't easy. He grew up in a tough neighborhood, worked hard to get where he was, and faced criticism head-on. Decisions he made, both on and off the court, have had lasting impacts. The HIV diagnosis that forced him into early retirement was a turning point, one that many believed would end his career and potentially his life prematurely. The competitive fire that drove Magic to succeed also led him to make choices that he would later reconsider. His famous decision to return to the NBA after his initial retirement was met with both acclaim and criticism. This choice, while showcasing his determination, also brought with it a host of challenges that tested his resolve and health. The world knows Magic Johnson as a legend, a hero of the basketball court, but delving deeper into his story reveals moments of vulnerability and regret. Specifically, there's one moment that stands out: a decision that didn't quite pan out as he had hoped. This pivotal moment came when Magic Johnson made the decision to run for a position in the Lakers' front office. The move was ambitious, but it ultimately didn't work out. The failure of this endeavor weighed heavily on him, as it was a rare professional setback for someone of his stature. The aftermath of this decision left Magic reflecting on what could have been. He had envisioned a future where he could contribute to the Lakers from a different capacity, but it wasn't meant to be. This regret isn't just about professional failure, it's about the personal aspirations that were tied to this dream. The impact of this regret on Magic Johnson's life and legacy can't be overstated. It's a reminder that even the most successful among us face setbacks and what-ifs. For Magic, this experience has been a learning opportunity, one that has shaped his perspective on life, both on and off the court. Throughout his journey, Magic Johnson has shown an incredible capacity for resilience and growth. His deepest regret, while significant, has not defined him. Instead, it has served as a catalyst for personal development and a broader understanding of success and failure. So, what do you think was Magic Johnson's deepest secret regret? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested in more stories about sports legends, check out our video on Michael Jordan's biggest career regret. It's a fascinating insight into another side of sports history.